Good evening, everyone. This is Lynn Grabowski, and welcome to our exciting Xseed compensation plan overview. Very, very excited about tonight. We've been waiting for this night for several weeks, and tonight we have a very special guest, Paul Barlow, who is going to be speaking to us and teaching us about our new Xseed compensation plan. Paul actually wrote the plan, and he's the expert on this plan. And let me tell you, I've been in the network marketing industry for over 35 years. And when I saw this plan a few weeks back, I got so excited along with everyone else in the room. I could not wait until it was explained to everyone. So thanks so much for joining us. This man is incredible with what he does and how he has created this plan. And without further ado, Paul, take it away.
Awesome. Can you hear me, Lynn?
I can hear you perfectly.
Fantastic. And I appreciate you having me on the call tonight. I appreciate this invitation and hope to share over the next 20 to 30 minutes here, as Lynn was saying, the new compensation plan for Xseed and go through and talk about some of the exciting things that are going to be in the future with it. So just very briefly, a little bit of my background, who I am, and how we got here today. As Lynn mentioned, my name is Paul Barlow. I've been involved now in the network marketing industry for over 15 years. I began as a rep in the space and continued to operate in that capacity 15 years ago, in the year 2000. And been with several different companies, worked around the world, do a lot of international business outside of the United States. And about 6 years ago, I began to consult in the industry. I live in Utah, which is, if those of you that don't know, there's more multi-level marketing companies per capita in Utah than there are in most countries around the planet. So living where I live and having the passion for the industry that I do and having a mind for numbers and ability to understand both sides, I was able to get involved in the consulting side of the business and have been doing that now for 6 years. And had a previous relationship with John DeVries and was able to get on with John and Cody and collaborate here together in this capacity to create the Xseed compensation plan. And first and foremost, the thing I have to do is I may be the person that put pen to paper, but by no means am the only person that contributed to this model. It's always a team effort creating something exciting and new and that's got something fresh. We want to give a lot of credit also to John DeVries and to Cody Highsmith. They were instrumental and integral in the process, their feedback and their desires, and also to Robert over at Multisoft. Multisoft is the company that runs the back-end compensation engine, the software for the company. And Robert, the owner over there, was very many of these ideas were actually his ideas, as far as new avant-garde and different things that haven't been done before. So I want to make sure to give credit where credit is due. So with that said, I do believe that we have put something together here that there's definitely some elements and pieces here that have never been done before. But at the same time, it's also a tried and true plan from a foundational standpoint. I think that's important because many times it's exciting to try things that are completely different and innovative, but at the same time, when you don't have a track record, you don't know what you're going to get or where things are going to come from. And so I want to, we were able to take something that has been proven before and, add some new elements to it, as you're going to hear over the next 10, 20 minutes here, that then do make it something brand new. So it's an exciting plan in the sense that we were able to, create something on the back of something that's been tried and true and add some tweaks and elements here that should be, some people, you should have never seen, hopefully you've never seen before. And will be the first time here to do so. And lastly, I did forget, I wanted to give one more accolade or edification out there to Damon Crump, because Damon, for those of you that don't know, is one of the master distributors here at the company, and he also was integral in this process, providing a lot of feedback during the final stages of creating this plan. So let's jump right into it here. There's basically 3 different pieces of the plan, and this is the easiest way to remember it. There's the front of the plan, the backbone of the plan, and then the bonuses of the plan. And there's two pieces for each of those. So there's 2 different compensation elements that I would call the front end, when you're just getting started, or not even just getting started, but as you go out and you create sales for the company, you enroll new representatives into the company, there's 2 pieces of the plan that cater to those activities. There are 2 pieces of the plan that I would call the backbone, is say basically the structure and the elements that upon which the company, or the plan is the foundation is laid, I guess is the best way to say that. And then finally, 2 extra bonuses, 2 different fun things, that are added on top of that foundation that add to it. So it's a very balanced plan with those, say, two different elements in each. I'm going to go from front to back on those. And so just so you're aware here, I'm not going to go through all the individual numbers and percentages and little things. I'm going to highlight some of those here. But as it is a recorded call and it is an audio, don't want to bog people down in some of the details. So make sure you do refer to the actual company compensation document to get some of the in-depth numbers on each of the individual pieces. I will refer to, say, some of the more important numbers, but I'm not going to go through each and every individual thing here. Otherwise, I know even my eyes would glaze over and I'd lose interest, and I do this for a living. So hopefully you follow me on that one. So first 2 pieces of the plan, like I said, the front end of the plan, we have a retail bonus and we have a jumpstart bonus. Retail bonus is very simple. There's going to be 3 types of pricing for all the products. There's going to be wholesale pricing, which is for active representatives of the company. There's going to be preferred customer pricing. So as a customer that you enroll that does not want to be part of the business opportunity, they will get a special pricing that is slightly above the wholesale pricing. And then there's going to be true retail pricing for customers that would just like to purchase one time, and that's it. So the difference between a customer and a preferred customer is that a preferred customer needs to commit and enroll in on an auto ship or reorder program. And so for those that don't want to do that, there will be full retail pricing. And this bonus is very simple. It's simply you receive the difference between your pricing as a representative, as a wholesale consumer, and either the preferred customer or the retail difference. So, for example, if you had a product at $40 and the retail price was $50, you'd receive a $10 retail bonus each time that was purchased as a retail purchase. But say, excuse me, someone was a preferred customer, let's say their price would be $45, you would receive that difference, between the 45 and the 40, or $5. I'm not going to go through pricing here because with the merger and acquisition that just happened with the company, there's a lot going on with products and pricing and models, so I'm just going to basically leave it at that. Just understand that when the pricing models come out and when the products come out, there's going to be those 3 different types of pricing, and on the retail bonus, you will receive that difference between your pricing and those 2 other customer classes of pricing. Very simple. Number 2, we're going to move on to then the Jumpstart bonus. Jumpstart bonus is really neat because each first order that is placed with the company will come with some volume that will go into the tree, some business volume, and we're paid on business volume in the residual aspect of the plan, which is what the next 4 bonuses are related to. But then there will also be a Jumpstart commission. This Jumpstart commission is then divided into 3 pieces. It's divided into a 50% payout that goes to you as the enroller, 30% payout that goes to the first active upline above you, and 20% that goes to the second active upline above you. So we call it a 3-tier Jumpstart program. It's 50%, 30%, and 20% respectively. So once again, if let's just use a real simple amount. Let's say the amount of Fast Start was $100. And I'm not going to, once again, not delineating packages or anything here because that's all in process, but let's just say that the Fast Start bonus available on a first order kit was $100. If you were the enroller, you would receive $50 of that. If the first active and qualified person above you would receive $30 of that, and the next active and qualified person above them would receive $20 of that. So as you see, this is actually a great bonus if you go out there and develop a team. You go out and enroll some new business partners that go out and create those sales to customers and to other representatives. You can start creating a lot of income very quickly, not only on your personal enrollees, but as they enroll others and they enroll others as well. So basically, not just your personal enrollees, their children and their grandchildren, I suppose is the best way to say it. You're going to receive those bonuses, 50%, 30%, and 20% respectively on those. So that's exciting. It's a great way to go out, and for those that are going to go out and show this opportunity to a lot of people and get a lot of customers, get a lot of representatives in their business, we're going to be able to earn a lot of money very quickly on that. So those are the first two bonuses, the retail bonus and the Jumpstart bonus. And then let's go ahead and move on then to the bread and butter of the plan, or what I say, the actual structure and the two elements that create the backbone of the plan. And here's where we've got some interesting different things for those of you that may have been involved in multi-level marketing or network marketing before. You may see some things different here that you haven't seen before. So the basic structure of the plan on the back end for the ongoing residual commissions is what we call a binary hybrid structure. So the binary is the structure, which means every person who comes in has two and only two spots on their front line, and then each of those people have two spots on their front line, each of them, and so on and so forth ad infinitum. And as you go in and enroll more than two people, you're going to end up placing those down in your binary tree, below other people. And so this is one of the powers of the binary, is it's a very team-oriented plan. You can go out there and create a lot of momentum very quickly if you get a good team of people that go out there and are doing more than just the average and going and putting in 3, 4, 5, 10, 20 different representatives into the organization. And just as a quick side note on that, each customer then counts for your personal volume. I don't know where to put this into the presentation, but just understand that customers, whether they're preferred customers or retail customers, any volume that would go into your organization for payout in the residual commission plan does go as it counts as personal volume. So you're going to see that volume reflected both in your personal position and those in your organizations as basically fatter positions is the best way to say it. And because some of these products I know that John and the team have put together are so amazing, you're going to get a lot of retail customers. You're going to see some pretty fat positions down below, people doing much more than the normal monthly required volumes to keep active because they're going to have many, many customers. So moving back into that binary structure, it's a team-oriented plan. It's been very successful over the past 20 years. First company that started with a binary plan was in the early 1990s. It's evolved a lot since then, and there's been many successful companies. And about 10 years ago, a little bit over 10 years ago, this hybrid element was introduced. And what the hybrid piece is that not only is there the binary structure, but there's also the sponsorship tree that operates in conjunction in parallel with the binary tree. So usually what that means is when you go log into your back office, what you're going to see is the binary structure, the one with 2 and 2 and 2 and 2, everybody having those below them, people getting placed under people. However, at the same time that the software, the back-end engine, is tracking who sponsors who. Once again, your children, grandchildren, great-grandchildren, and so forth, insofar as sponsoring is concerned. And that creates another piece of the plan called the check match, or the power match bonus, as we call it here. So not only are you going to get paid based on your binary tree, but also on your sponsorship or enrollment tree, which basically, once again, every single person, regardless of where they get placed in the binary, let's say you sponsor 12 people. Well, of course, only 2 of those are going to go on your front line in the binary if nobody had placed anybody underneath you. But the other 12 people, regardless of where they get placed in the organization, will still be remembered in the software as your personal enrollees, and they would show up if you were able to show, you go to the enrollment structure as your front line. So if that's a little confusing, just understand, once again, there's going to be 2 pieces here, and you're going to understand that a lot more when you can go into your back office and actually see the 2 different structures. To understand it means more money in your pocket, and I'm going to explain how you're paid on both of those structures. So the binary structure, the 2 by 2 by 2, is what you're going to see, and then at the same time, the hybrid element is this enrollment structure, or many have called it past, it's a unilevel-like structure that pays out generationally, which I will also explain here in a moment. Let's talk about the binary. The binary pays, it's a 50-50 match system, which is very simple. The commissions are weekly in all types of binary plans, and that means each and every week what's going to happen is that at the end of the pay period, the end of the week, the software is going to go through, and it's going to look at your left team and your right team, and everybody's going to have a left team and a right team. So once again, you only have those 2 positions as you start placing people. It's going to see how much volume you've accumulated during that period of time in those 2, in your left team and your right team. And then what it's going to do, let me throw out an example. Let's say you did 5,000 points on your left team and 10,000 points on your right team. What it's going to do is going to find out the matched amount. So if I've got 5,000 on my left and 10,000 on my right, what I can match up, the maximum amount I can match up that week is 5,000 on both sides. So it's going to look at that 5,000 on both sides and say, okay, that's what we can pay off. Then it's going to look at the weaker side, and it's going to pay between 10 and 20%, which this is, once again, refer to your compensation plan to see, document to see those different percentages. You start out at 10% payout. You quickly can progress to a 15%. And then as you get a little bit more advanced into the plan, you get a 20% payout, and that's based on that weaker leg, that smaller leg volume. So let's say that you were at the 15%, as you can quickly progress to in the plan. 15% of that $5,000 or 5,000 volume would be, oh geez, hold on, let me do that real quick in my head. $750 is what you would earn that week. And that's the way it would work. So 15% of that 5,000, I hope I just did that math right, $750 would be your commission on the binary piece of the plan for that week. Now, on the other side of your business, if you remember I said there was 10,000 volume there, what's going to happen is the 5,000 on both sides is going to clear out. You're going to have the 5,000 left that was there on that right side. As I mentioned, there was 5,000 on the left, 10,000 on the right. Well, that 5,000 goes into something called the bank. And the bank is basically you can bank volume all the way up to 2 million points on your stronger side of your business. And what that does is it just sits there. It's the bank just waiting for you to match that up on the other side, and it'll sit there as long as you're active. So as long as you make an order once a month or meet those requirements versus your personal order or through customer orders to be qualified in the plan, I believe it's 70 points is what's going to qualify in the plan. As long as you do that once every month, you're never going to lose that bank. That bank's going to sit there and wait for you to match it up on the other side. So that's a neat aspect of a binary compensation plan that you get to keep. You don't lose any extra volume as long as you remain active. So that's the basics of the binary plan now, and that's something that has been done before. It's exciting. We say it pays up to 20% of the weak side, which is very aggressive. The average plan out there pays 10% or so on that side, so we're paying about double the average. But then there's another twist that's been added here that's really neat that's never been done before. And once again, I wish I was smart enough to be the one to come up with this, but I have to give credit to Robert over at Multisoft for this. And what we created is a binary differential payout. And I'm not going to get too crazy on this because, once again, this is audio and don't want to lose people. But all it means is that the plan's always going to pay out 20%. So as you help new people get started and you have a new person that's at the 10% level, the other 10% that they would get paid if they were at the diamond level or higher, because that's where you hit it, diamond level, 40,000 on your weak side or higher is where you get your 20%. The other 10% at that level is going to roll up in the plan. It's going to roll up it's going to roll up to 4 different active people above that. It's going to pay from 10 to 50% on each of those levels rolling up. And so if you understand what I'm going through here, it's very, very exciting. For those of you that are going to go out there and create large teams, this could be the most lucrative bonus that you've ever received in your entire career. Why? Because what it does, it rewards you for going out and start helping new people get started, teaching and training them and helping them grow in the system. So while they're growing their volume, while they're growing their teams, and you're there helping them, supporting them each and every day, until they get up to their own 20% level, you're going to be receiving essentially an extra override on the binary itself. As they're once again, if they're at 10%, the extra 10% is going to roll up. If they're at 15%, the extra 5% is going to roll up. And that's going to say it rolls up to 4 different active and qualified people in that upline sponsorship tree. Let me make that distinction. It's not in the binary tree. That's based on the sponsorship tree. So this has never been done before. It approximates something that was done in some of the older plans. Back in the old days, there was something called stair-step breakaways. And for those of you that got to participate in those, this kind of is a little twist on that original stair-step concept. If that doesn't mean anything to you, don't worry. All that means is you're going to make a lot more money than you would have otherwise. And once again, the effect of this, which is most important, is as you go out there and create teams and you help your teams get started, and you're going to be rewarded for that immediately. You're not going to have to wait for a long period of time for the Power Match bonus to get large, which is also going to be there for you. But this rewards you immediately for starting, helping your team grow. And so it's very, very exciting. We're very, very excited to see what this is going to do to people's checks over time. And frankly, like I say, we don't have a precedent for this piece, so we don't know what it's going to do. The binary itself, the binary payout, maxes out at $100,000 a week. And, a lot of people, that's extremely aggressive. The average is somewhere between $10,000 to $15,000 a week in most companies, so we're paying as much as 5 to 10 times per week, or we potentially per week, what other companies are going to pay in this bonus. And people say, well, how can you do that? Well, I say we've done the numbers. We've done the numbers, and the numbers work, and they make sense. And John DeVries, he's extremely excited about paying all of you a lot of money. And so he said, max it out. Do what we can do without breaking the company. So we did it. We showed it, and he said, great, let's do it. And so basically his loss is your gain in this sense. And what it means is he's willing to be as aggressive as possible to take care of you as his leadership. And so you can make up to $100,000 per week on this binary on the binary element of the plan. So hopefully some of that made some sense. Once again, if it didn't, don't worry. Keep listening to this recording over time. Pull out your compensation doc. Read along with as you're going through this audio, and just understand that some of these concepts take a little while to understand. If you've been around a little while, maybe it gets in there a little bit quicker. But you've got to understand, even some of us that create these, it takes us a little bit of time going through and knocking on it, tinkering with the numbers to finally let things fully set in. So don't worry if it's a little bit overwhelming at first. So let's move on then to the Power Match bonus. As I mentioned earlier, in a binary hybrid structure, there's the binary tree, then there's also the sponsorship or enrollment tree. And that's what the Power Match bonus is based on. And what this bonus is going to do is it's going to pay you up to 4 generations of a check match in your personal sponsorship enrollment organization. So that means the people that you enroll, people they enroll, and so on and so forth. Now, it's not based on 4 levels. It's based on 4 generations. And that generation here is a presidential executive generation. So what that means is as you go through your enrollment tree, a generation is not complete until you find a presidential executive in that line. So let's say you sponsored Joe, and Joe hit the first rank, national. And but Joe sponsored Larry, Larry hit the next rank. And finally, Larry sponsored Mo, and Mo hit the presidential rank. So, well, Mo, now all those people are in your first generation because they are, it takes until you hit a presidential executive, it does not count as a generation. Now, you can earn up to 4 generations. It's based also on your rank in the compensation model. They'll refer to your document for those different ranks. But it's, as you can see, it can be very, very powerful because it's not necessarily just the first person that you sponsor. You can earn multiple overrides or check matches based on this generational concept. Now, what does the match mean? A Power Match bonus is paid based on the binary check. So what happens is when someone earns that binary check, let's say somebody earned $5,000, your person below you earned in your team earned $5,000 last week, and your match was 10%, you would earn $500 of that. So that's what it's based only on the binary check. It's not based on the entire earnings. So just understand that the Power Match is based on, it's a percentage of a check match based on the binary checks earned in your team, in your organization. So what are the percentages? In the first generation pays between 10 and 20%. I'm going to come back to that. The second generation pays 10%. Third generation pays 10%. Fourth generation pays 5%. And that's where it stops. It pays up to 4 generations. And some plans binary hybrid plans may pay a lot further down in the generations. Well, we took a lot of that money and put it into the binary and the binary differential bonus. And so there's only so much to pay. You have to give and take somewhere, so we pay a little bit less on the binary check match, the power match bonus than we do on the actual, and we pay a lot more, say, in the binary, which actually, in my opinion, is a much better way to go. For those of you who may have been around a little bit, it actually allows you to earn a lot quicker. That binary differential is going to pay you out a lot quicker than the power match bonus over time. So let's talk about that first generation of the power match. Another neat concept that Robert came up with here, you can earn up to 20% of that. It's real simple. It's either based on your rank or the rank of the people in that first generation. The higher your rank, the higher their rank gets, the higher up that bonus goes. And so essentially, basically, as you grow through the plan, you're going to earn more money on that first generation. Say you're going to earn up to 20%, and that was another neat little tweak that we put in there that has never existed before. So you're going to earn more on that first generation based on, once again, either your rank or the rank of your organization in that first generation. And it, once again, refer to the compensation doc to get your percentages on that. And I'm going to leave it right there at that because I know, at least in my mind, this is already getting a little bit confusing. And to understand that not only will you get paid on the binary, but as you grow and develop your team, you are going to get a check match on those up to those first 4 generations of your organization as well. So that's the bread and butter, if you will, of the plan. It's a binary hybrid plan. We put a ton of money into the binary portion, more than I've ever seen before, and I'm excited to see what kind of check that's going to create for the organization here because, again, the binary is a team-based plan, and as you go out there and create your teams and work hard, generate sales to customers and go out and acquire new representatives in your organization, you're going to create astronomical checks here in this company, and I'm excited to see how that happens. So finally, just wrapping up, there are 2 more bonuses. These are bonuses that are added on top of the plan. You have a luxury bonus, and a luxury bonus that kicks in fairly early in the plan. And what we're going to do here is we're going to pay it weekly versus monthly. Just about every other plan, and some people call these car bonuses, lifestyle bonuses, house bonuses, whatever you want to call it. But this is just a little bit of extra money that's going to come into your pocket each and every month, or each and every week, once you hit, I believe it's the bronze rank. I do not have the plan in front of me here. I'm away from home, so I don't have my computer with me, and I apologize. But I do believe it is the bronze rank where this starts. And unlike any other plan out there, we've decided to pay this weekly. So each and every week that you hit this, you're going to get an extra little bit bonus added in to your overall payout, and that's going to, once again, it's meant to pay for cars, for your home, for a little extra vacation, whatever you want. It's meant to increase your lifestyle, give you that little bit extra spending money, up to a few $1,000s a month as you progress through the plan, simply for growing the business and a little bit, once again, another thank you and added bonus to that. And finally, what we have is a rank advancement bonus. These are one-time bonuses that are paid based on your qualification in the plan. And these bonuses get pretty aggressive. These bonuses, as you go up and progress through the ranks, you're going to earn these one-time bonuses starting with $50, I believe, once again at the bronze level, getting all the way up to $250,000 one-time bonus at the top of the plan. And in order to hit these bonuses, though, the company, this is not simply acquiring the rank one time very, very simply. There is some requirements for these, as these are very hefty bonuses, basically just some consistency things and making sure that you've gone out there and created a team that's worthy of that type of a bonus. It's got a lot to do with your personal team that you've built. So many people know, in a binary plan, you can have a lot of what's called spillover sometimes from above, where some of your team has created a lot of your organization, but that doesn't necessarily fall in your enrollment team. Long story short, if you want these rank advancement bonuses, you're going to need to build more of your team than not, is what it really comes down to. You're just going to be, and most people might say, well, that's common sense, which if you're one of those people, thank you, because that's exactly what you should be doing. You should be building more of your team than not. So if you go out there and you're actually sponsoring and creating sales as you should, you shouldn't have a problem hitting these rank advancement bonuses either. And they're very hefty, as I said, very, very exciting. You can earn hundreds of thousands of dollars in bonuses on top of the residual aspect of the plan simply by acquiring these rank advancement bonuses. So that kind of wraps up everything, guys. And once again, please refer to the compensation doc, the marketing doc that you're going to get directly from the company. As I mentioned, I didn't want to go through each individual percentage here. Basically understanding the highlights and the important points here is what's most important. You've got your retail and your jumpstart bonuses up front that get you going. You've got your binary bonus that pays up to 20% of your weak leg. And as I said, there's a differential pass up in that because you start at 10%, you go to 15% and end up at 20%. So at the 10 and 15% rank, that extra differential is going to pass up in the plan. You've got a power match bonus based on your it's up to 4 generations, and that pays based on the binary check match in the binary bonuses in your enrollment tree. Then you have a luxury bonus and a rank advancement bonus. That as you increase through the ranks, you're going to earn more, just more money, more kudos, more everything else. So it's an extremely aggressive plan. We're very proud of it. We're excited to see, once again, what this is going to do in the field here. Once again, John and his team and those that have gotten involved with him are very interested in taking care of you, field, making sure that you have every opportunity to earn everything that you deserve here, and they want to make sure that you earn well and that you become very wealthy creating an Xseed business. So excited to see the differences here. I hope this has been helpful. And once again, just take out that compensation document. If you need to go through this audio a couple of different times, read through the document as you're listening to the audio, and you should be able to wrap your mind around it as you go. But keep it real simple, guys. All you got to do to get started is find a couple of people that want to go with you. You got to give these amazing products out to people, find a few customers, find a couple of people, really 2, that want to get started with you. And if you'll build on that foundation, you can start building a path to any level of income that you want. So don't overcomplicate it. It's very simple when it really comes down to it, the mechanics of what we do. Get in touch with your team leaders, because your team leaders know what they're doing. They know how to make this work as quickly as possible. And if you'll follow the systems that they're putting in place for you, this plan will pay out. It will pay out generously for doing the right activities correctly, consistently, and long enough. So with that said, Lynn, I'll go ahead and turn it back to you to wrap up the call.
Thanks so much, Paul. That is so exciting. I can't hardly stand it. I can't wait to get this all put into order and ready to go. And thank you so much for such a great explanation of how our new plan is going to work. So with that, we'll close the call tonight, and we will be doing another opportunity call tomorrow night, Tuesday night at 6 p.m. at the same number. So join us. Get your friends, family, and neighbors all on the call. Let's get going together. Let's show John and Cody and Paul and Robert and Demond, let's show them how it's done. Let's go out and get it going. Have a great night, everyone, and we'll talk to you soon. Bye now.